Now coming back to activity underscore main dot XML, go to the code and you can see we've defined the image button here. And now similarly, this won't require much changes. Now we'll fetch the image button. Just type image button, it will show. And you can see here it has imported image button for us. Now also you need to give it a name. Again, to find that, we'll use this method find view by id r.id, and you can see what name we have given it or what id we have given it. This is image button 1 dot. Again you can see image button 1 has popped up here, and as you know this view is image button 1, so we will cast it into image button because this is a image button. And now instead of handling event on button, I'll handle event on image button. So all other steps are same. First we need to implement on click listener, and to catch event on this image button we used to first set on click listener, and inside the parameters we need to define which class will or which view will handle this all click listener. So in this case, as we have implemented on click listener in this class only, so this class is responsible for creating this method and handling this on click. So instead of button 1, I'll use image button 1. You can just copy and paste it here instead of button 1. Right now you can see nothing is happening when I'm clicking this image button. So now I'll run this application again, and again by default the text of this will be I am text view, and this time instead of button clicked I'm giving a message image button clicked. So now when I'll click this image button, this text will change to image button clicked. So I'm running the app again. Now right now you can see whatever the text property we gave here, it is showing I am text view 2. Now when I'll click this image button, it will change it to image button clicked. So let's click this. You can see the text has been changed now image button click. So this is how image button works. And now what if you want to catch events on both image button and button, and you want different texts to appear when we'll click button and image button. Suppose if I click on button, the text should change to button clicked, and when I'm clicking image button, the text should get changed to image button clicked. So how to achieve this? All the other steps will be same, on click will be same, and to achieve this we'll use switch block. Switch statement I taught you in Java basic tutorial, we'll use that statement only. You can see it here, it's accepting an argument of type v. When we created an event on button, a button came here as a view, and as you know view or button is a type of view, so it accepted this argument, and when we click this button it came into this and it set the value of text view to image button clicked. So now we'll get this. First of all we'll use switch for switch statement, and inside this we'll use this v variable dot get, we'll use id. So what this eventually will do, I told you in our file a unique id gets created by Android automatically, and ideally we should not modify these files, and every view which we create has a corresponding id. So this button will also be having a id, and this image button will also be having an id. You can check this button well, I showed you earlier also. There you go. Here present is button 1, it has this id, and image button 1 will also be having a id. you can see up here, image button 1 is also having one ID. So we can get that ID here, and we'll check that whether that view is a button or an image button, and we'll set that value accordingly. I'm just pasting this code up here. I'm removing this line. And now here I'll check case r.id.button1. Now if it is button 1, I want text to be changed to button clicked. As it's a fall through mechanism, I'll use a break. And then if it's an image button, then I want text to be image button clicked. So we have the code ready. And now what is happening here is, suppose this button gets clicked, the flow will come to here. As I told you, we have set this on click listener. For image button, similarly, we'll set the same on click listener. Again, this class is handling events for both image button and button. When image button will be clicked, the view will be coming here, and we can get the ID. When image button will get clicked, then ID will be corresponding to the image button 1, which will be this value. And when button will get clicked, this view will be having a ID corresponding to button. So when it will come inside, it will check that ID will be corresponding to button 1, or that generated ID is corresponding to image button 1. To get the ID, we have used this v.getID. If the button is getting clicked, this view will be a button. This will automatically check which will get clicked. This will automatically internally knows which button or image button has been clicked. If button will be clicked, this view will be getting the ID of button, and corresponding messages will appear. So now we'll run this program and we'll see whether this is happening or not. I ran the application again, coming back to our emulator. Now by default, it has taken the value which we gave in that activity_main.xml. Now when I'll be clicking, I am in a button, click this, you can see button clicked, and when I'll be clicking this image button 1, you can see image button clicked. You can do it again, button clicked, image button clicked. So this is how events worked. Now I'll again walk you through how it happened. You know this onCreate method, when we click our app icon, then this onCreate method will get called. Then again, this set content view, we are using activity_main.xml file, which will load the view which we set up here. And then after that, we have used button and image button to sense the events, to sense the clicks. And for sensing it and to perform certain action, we use on click listener. Whenever a button or image button or any other view it gets clicked, or any other view which has a capability of sensing events gets clicked, it will come inside this on click method. And in on click method, we define the code, what action we want to perform when that view gets clicked. And for both of these, button and image button, we have defined the same on click method, and we are using case statement to check which view is getting clicked and what to perform, or what action to perform when that particular view is getting clicked. So we have set for that, for moving into this method, we are using set on click listener. This set on click listener is used to tell what view or what class will handle the on click. So like we have given on click listener here, so this class only will handle this click. So that's why we have given this here. This means this class only. In subsequent tutorials, we'll see how to use other classes to handle the events. So now when button will get clicked, this view will be a button and we are getting ID from the view. If this view will be a button, this will return the ID corresponding to a button, and IDs are present in R file, which are automatically generated by R file, and it will check r.id.button1. So if this ID will be corresponding to button 1, so this will come inside this, and the value will change accordingly of the text view. And if that will be image button 1, then value will be changed accordingly. I'm showing you the output once again. Image button clicked. Now if I'll click this, it will be button clicked, image button clicked. So this is how you handle events using buttons and image buttons and on-click listener in Java and Android. So guys, this was all about handling click events using image button and buttons. And now in the next tutorial, we'll walk through Android intents. So thanks for watching.